Day inside U.S. Bank Stadium in Minneapolis. The scene a few moments ago, here it is. It's unlike any other in sport as both teams made their way out of the tunnel. These folks are fired up as their guys are ready to do battle between the Carolina Panthers and the Minnesota Vikings. The NFL season has hit high gear, and off we go in Week 11 on EA Sports. This will be taken to the back of the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line.
Check out! 290! Watch the screen!
The first carry now. This is Johnson. Oh, he's got some breathing room. A huge play there right off the bat. 47 yards. They had trouble stopping the run last week in a loss, and here it rears its ugly head early.
You're supposed to try and get your confidence going after a loss like that where you gave up big yards running the football. This is not the way to go about it. It looks exactly as it did just a week ago.
And he will score. Touchdown, Vikings. Kerryon Johnson, his 6th touchdown of the season. And the Vikings take the ball down the field and score on their opening drive. Myers connects on the PAT, and that makes the score 7-0. And after the touchdown, here's Myers to boot it away. This will be taken in at the 1. And he'll take it back to about the 19-yard line.
First and 10 at their own 19-yard line.
What's that? 45, Mike, 45. I got one. Patch it.
Now Leonard Fournette. Fournette, a first down, still going. Fournette fighting through. And all the way inside the 35 before he goes out of bounds. A big run by the big man Fournette. 48 yards. So the big play changes the complexion of things. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the 30. Darnold now to throw. And he'll go down at the 26 following a gain of 6. A gain of 6 there on first. 6 yards was the pickup on the last completion, so here's 2nd and 4. They'll run it here. This is their fullback getting the carry.
We just saw another nice game there. How about some kudos for the offensive line, being able to carve some space in the interior all game long and let the big guy rumble.
So a good run by Fournette. Now another 1st and 10.
Bravo! Watch the slap, watch the slap. 45. Mike, 45.
From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Christian Wilkins able to record his 5th sack of the season.
And they're picking up right where they left off with the shutout that they pitched last week. A huge part of that, this pass rush. They know how to get after people.
Offensively, good luck finding some answers right now. And that'll hurt the average a bit as this time they're able to get him behind the line. Officially, it will go as a 1-yard loss, and that's going to lead to a 3rd down.
Go.
3rd and long, it's Darnold. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off down at the 2. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. No doubt a very disappointing end to what was a pretty strong opening drive.
They had 3 points in their back pocket. It was there for them. If you don't like what you see, just throw it away. Make sure you get those points on the board. Don't get too greedy. He forced it there. You saw the end result.
Here's Johnson. 10 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down. Well, they're making a real first-quarter statement with a run game, no doubt.
For those who remember old-school football, running it, establishing things, seeing backs find holes, get through them, they've got to like what they're seeing from this unit so far. Right now, they've decided to, as you said, establish the run game, and they've been successful doing it.
On 2nd and inches, Luck. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete. George Kittle, the receiver that he was looking for. And it'll bring up 3rd down.
Well, that certainly looked like something that they discussed all week in practice getting ready for this one. Take the big shot right out of the gate. At worst, you'll open up the defense a little bit, loosen them up, have them back on their heels.
An incomplete pass on 2nd down leads us to 3rd and inches.
Check 52 to Mike. Check 52 to Mike.
Block. In trouble here, and down he goes. Back at the 8-yard line. Sheldon Richardson. He's the one to get him, and that is sack number 7 for him on the year. The Vikings send out their punter. And whistle blown. A timeout here is taken, and it's taken by the kicking team. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. The Vikings send out their punter as his first punt will come from inside his own end zone. And the win last week punted 4 times as this one's away. We'll call that a punt of 38 yards officially. And the Panthers will take over in terrific field position. An update from Buffalo. The Raiders are out to an early lead. And we'll keep an eye on that one as our game goes along here. They'll try and run with their fullback. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. 2nd and right at a yard.
And that's a nice gain by him on 1st down, picking up some key yardage.
2nd and a yard at the 36-yard line.
We're going to start. Night, sweetheart. Under 10, under 10, 10.
And now a carry here for their fullback. And he'll go down at the 28. That one a first down pickup of 8.
Brandon, you know, we talk about having wrinkles in a game plan. That was a fold right there. How about that play? Being able to change things up. You think anyone else on the team's going to get the ball, and in that situation, they surprise everyone and give it to their big guy.
Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down.
Hey, foxtrot.
Now Darnold. And he's got it. Touchdown, Panthers. Kiki QT. His second touchdown on the season as his guys are on the board here in this first quarter. And he's such a talented tight end, just creates nightmarish-type matchups on the other side.
He's so good that when we say tight end, we're almost damning him with faint praise, aren't we? Because he can do it all. He's as good as any receiver in the NFL.
Well, that's the deal. He's a wide receiver, just in a bigger body.
Bigger body, a matchup nightmare, and who's going to cover him? When I sit in the film session, I just look at the coach and say, really? Really? You going to yell at me? You go cover him.
So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. This will be taken to the back of the end zone.
Let's go.
At their own 25-yard line.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means you're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense.
Trying to get it to Thomas, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Brian Poole. And the return comes to a halt right at the 44-yard line. He was trying to hit Thomas that time.
Oh, timing is everything on a route like this. He tried to drive that football into a tight spot. And if you're a little early or a little late, chances are there's going to be someone there. And sure enough, this one's going the other way.
He goes to you, it's you. He comes to me, it's me. Hey, check Mike 45. Check Mike 45. Man, I got you. He's crashing. He's checking crash.
Now Fournette. And he is going to lose yardage here. A loss of 2 there. Second down. So the opening play of the drive goes backwards. Now they'll come up on 2nd and 12.
Check. Crash.
Fournette. And he'll be brought down at the 48-yard line.
That's it, baby. That's it.
This is score time, 7-7.
Let's go. Ready. Hey, exit.
3rd and 2, Darnold. He's going to float this one deep right side. This is intercepted. Eddie Jackson picks it.
Well, I tell you, Brandon, this ball's intercepted, but it is 3rd down. So the silver lining is that since this is so far down the field and there wasn't a big run back associated with it, really this kind of works like a punt. It's not an altogether bad result.
Johnson with a burst, a first down and more. As he'll get this one up to the 44-yard line. 39 yards there, a big one.
Boy, he does it at a high level, doesn't he? Because when I watch him, I think of his vision. Straight ahead, peripheral. Also has that sense of where holes are going to be before they actually open. I think that helps set him apart from many of the other backs in the league.
They stay on the ground on first with Johnson. Weaving through traffic, and now he's free. Touchdown, Vikings. Kerryon Johnson with his second touchdown of the game, number 7 on the year. And the Vikings have taken the lead. Extra point up and through by Myers. And that makes the score 14-7. And after the touchdown, here's Myers to boot it away. This is fielded at the goal line. And he'll get it up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. And to be frank, they're just in a tough spot. It's only November, already eliminated from playoff contention. I know their fan base doesn't want to hear that, but that's the case. What are they fighting for now going forward?
You know exactly what they're fighting for. Is that word that some people don't want to hear, but it's pride.
Draft. Oh, okay. I was going to go draft, but pride's better, right?
You know, so
there he goes left side. And he will take it across for a Panthers touchdown. Leonard Fournette, 78 yards, as they are an extra point away now from tying this football game. Extra point splits the uprights, and we've got a tie game here in a back-and-forth first half. This one tied at 14 now as he sends this one away. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway. And Charles, the way touchdowns have come so fast and furious for both sides of this thing, it's starting to feel a little bit more like maybe a tennis match at a football game.
Yeah, I like your description there. Maybe we're sitting in a nice royal box watching this type of a game. But let's face it, right now, the way it's going back and forth, it's going to come down to who can get a stop.
Mike 5. Mike 5. Let's go, baby. Turnover. Let's get that ball.
Luck on first down. From behind, and he's going to be driven down.
So this has been a lot like a tennis match, hasn't it? Back and forth. Both these offenses having their way so far. So maybe the question isn't who's going to score the most points in this game. Maybe it's who's going to get some stops.
Yeah, absolutely. And that sack, finally a first step in the right direction for a stop. And the job becomes twice as difficult now. After the sack, it's 2nd and 20.
11. Smooth. Mike 5. Watch the screen. Watch the screen. Mike 5. Mike 5. You.
Here's Luck. He's going to rifle one deep left side. And that will be incomplete. Tried to dial up the long one way out there, but it'll be 3rd down. And Charles, got to like what this defense has been able to do these last couple of plays.
Yeah, they get the sack on first down, then they force the incomplete pass. Now they're just a play away from getting the football right back, but it's a big play. They've got to hold up.
Hey, check. Hey, high 7. Reggie. 11B.
3rd and long. It's Long. He's going to fire one deep into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off right around the 43. And the return here is stopped at the 35-yard line. They are in an interception mood on defense. Had 2 nice interceptions a week ago. Now 2 here in the first half.
Yeah, we call it ball hawking. And the only way to truly be good ball hawks is not guessing. It's not just simply anticipation. It's study and understanding what they like to do and beating them to the spot and creating big plays.
Well, they're watching the film, and it's working.
Switch it. Come on, switch it.
On the run, it's Fournette. And he will lose yardage back to the 34-yard line. That's a big loss of 3, and it brings up 3rd down. So they've been unable to capitalize on a great field position as of yet. Here's 3rd and 9.
Hey, Steve 6. 45 to Mike. Hey, watch your leg. Hey, ready. Rip left. 45. Hey, Haywood. Let's go, defense.
Back to throw, Darnold. Rush coming, and he's taken down.
Well, that play was the very definition of fast, quick, and in a hurry. Suddenly, he was there.
In a blink of an eye, that happened fast and a big sack. And no, it doesn't get there. Hits the crossbar, bounces back out. He had it online, but it comes up about a rotation short. Well, he had that one on target. That's half the battle. The other half of the battle, however, is distance.
And he nearly had that, too. But it was the crossbar that said otherwise, and that'll deny him a shot at 3.
So after the missed long field goal attempt, this offense set up nicely at the 44-yard line. They begin the drive with Johnson. And some space here. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. 12 yards there. First down, Vikings.
Exactly what they needed right there, because they needed to use the ground game to take some pressure off, because the quarterback's been struggling a little bit.
Now Johnson. And he will make his way back to where he started from, and that's all, as we will make our way to the 2-minute warning. A reminder, once we hit halftime, as we do all season, we'll send it down to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. He'll have all the stats and scores from games in progress around the NFL.
The best multitasker in the business, the coach.
They'll wind up getting 10 back as that sets him up for 3rd down. They'll try and run for it. Here's Johnson. And he's able to pick up the first down here before he goes down at the 26. Now the Vikings will use the second of their timeouts, as they'll get a chance to talk it over after picking up the first down.
Hey, man, watch the boot. Switch. Watch the edge. Strong right. 36. Watch twist. Motion.
Now a 10th carry for Johnson. And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Minnesota. Kerryon Johnson on his way to a monster game. 3 first-half touchdowns as his guys are able to regain the lead. Myers connects on the PAT, and the lead is now 21-14. And after the touchdown, here's Myers to boot it away. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And the decision to come out is going to cost him 5 as he's taken down right at the 20. The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. And now with still more than a minute to go in what's been a tight game, you figure we'll try to see them move the ball downfield.
And remember, they get the kickoff to start the second half, so this is a golden opportunity for them to go down there and put up a couple of 6s back-to-back. What a momentum swing that would be.
Yeah, you might be able to get a 2-for-1 without ever even giving up the football. The rush defense stout on first down. Here's 2nd and 10 from the 20.
Rush in. Spawn. No.
This is Fournette. They'll wind up getting 10 back as that sets them up for 3rd down. Now the Panthers going to use the first of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with just under 50 seconds remaining in half number 1. Darnold on 3rd down. Got an open man. It's QT. And now look at this. Big gain, but a fumble. And the Vikings pick up the football. So the turnover forced, and a wonderful job on a big return.
And how about the convoy that got created to help him get all the way back upfield? I mean, that's the part that people miss on. That's practice. That's worked on. It doesn't just happen in a game and everyone rallies. They discuss it prior to, and everyone knows their role when they create a turnover like that.
They'll run with Fournette. And just no chance of turning the corner. He can only get back to the line of scrimmage. 2nd and 10 coming up.
No gain on the play. Brings up 2nd and 10 at the 23-yard line.
Mike, 45. Hey, let's get some penetration here. Let's get some penetration. Lady. Check 45 to Mike. Check 45 to Mike. Man. Hey, Alpha. Hey, check Mike.
Looking to throw on 2nd down. Darnold, blitz coming, and down he goes. The chance of wasting this great starting field position, a real threat. This is 3rd and long. Here's Darnold, and he'll get that to Fournette, complete.
It's a gain of 8, but it brings up 4th down.
So they won't get a touchdown, but here's a chance to at least get 3 to end the first half. Right hash, 37-yard attempt. And his kick is good. So, yes, they'll still be down going into intermission, but the deficit is now made even smaller, very manageable.
Yeah, and if nothing haywire happens here in his last couple of precious seconds, they will go into the locker room with a nice bounce in their step, having gotten a little bit closer on the scoreboard.
An incredibly short kick fielded way up there. And he takes it the distance. No time remaining.
No cloth on the field.
Yeah, no flags, and it's a kickoff return to end the first half. Such an electric play, so much fun to watch, and you need all 11 guys in sync for that to be successful, don't you?
Without a doubt. That's teamwork, to be able to put it all together. But that play is really probably the most exciting 10 seconds in football.
All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. Fielded about a yard deep. And he probably should have stayed in the end zone as he'll muster a return up to only the 14-yard line.
Well, conventional football 101, tells us if you don't get it back to the 20-yard line on a kickoff return, that's a disappointment. But some of these team special teams coaches, with approval by the head coach, they give them full authority to go ahead and bring it out and try to be aggressive, almost what we call the green light, red light theory. Green light means go, red light means stop. Looks like he had green on that play.
They've gone to their fullback quite a bit. He'll get it again. And he is swallowed up right at the line of scrimmage. Dante Fowler in on the stop.
2nd and 10 at the 13-yard line.
Here goes Hunt. 45. Mike, 45. Hey, check. Keep going, O. Keep going. Young lady.
And again, they'll go right back to their fullback. And he takes us across the 15 to the 17. Call it a gain of 4, and it'll leave them with a 3rd down and 6 to go. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down.
Five. Check 3. Check 45. Come on. Check.
Darnold. Open man is QT, complete. And they're going to mark him down short, maybe by about a yard, if that. The completion good for only 6, and that'll bring up 4th. Needing the tough yards, they run it with their fullback.
I got you, boy.
4th down conversion plays, you usually think 1, 2, 3 yards, maybe 10. Not there. What a huge pickup as the Sticks make a drastic shift forward. So the big play changes the complexion of things. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the 30. And that play went nowhere. Losing yardage. It'll be back at the 36. The defense showing some anger after giving up the big play. This time they'll lose 1 or 2.
Hey, Zoo. Let's make these babies cry.
On 2nd and 12, Darnold. And he's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. Picked off at the 21. And they are going to take over right there at the 22-yard line. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And now last drive so successful with the ground game, ending in a touchdown. Do you stick with that formula?
That would be the #1 thing you would think of, but so many guys now would look at it and say, we've got them set up so well for play action, now's the time to take a shot.
Yeah.
But, you know, there was a big-time coach in the state of Ohio who once said, if you throw the ball, if you put it in the air, 3 things can happen, and 2 of them are bad.
Is that Woody
He would have
Hayes?
kept it on the ground.
Check 4, check 4. Go ahead. Hey, check 20.
Again, it's Johnson. They're going to snuff this play out behind the line. We have not seen that much today. This will be a loss of 3, and now a much tougher 3rd down looming.
Check out. Related. I got you. 12. Watch tight end. Tight end's right. Tight end's right. Hey, orbit. Hey, we got 4. We got 4 down. 4 down. Finds the mic. Here we go, T. Right. 6 guys. Check 6 guys. Switch. 12.
Throwing on 3rd down. Lock. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
It's a team game, but sometimes individuals do stand out, don't they? How about that for a twofer? Tackle for a loss on the running play on the previous down, and then comes right back and gets a sack.
The Vikings send out their punter as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. That'll be put in the books as a 53-yard punt. And the Panthers will take over now, 1st and 10. The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. And with 3 interceptions thrown already, we'll see. Do they rely more on the ground game here?
They may have to change things offensively to try and settle things down, not just for the guy throwing the ball, but for the rest of the offensive unit, because his confidence has to be shaken a little bit. And you just wonder, is the backup going to start to warm up a little bit over on the sideline?
And he'll lose yardage. Brought down at the 32. That 2nd down play nets a -4. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down.
Bravo. Hey, check Mike 45. Check Mike 45. He can't hit. He's not going to get me. Hey, lady. Not here. 45.
To throw is Darnold. That's to his running back, Leonard Fournette. The Panthers have the first. It's a gain of 12.
Mike 45. Here we go, D.
And he'll work it across midfield inside the 45. The Panthers have the first. It's a gain of 12. Trying to get one more in here before the quarter breaks. And that is going to do it for this 3rd quarter of action. This is the National Football League on EA Sports. The Vikings going to signal for the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this.
Hey, echo. 45 to Mike. 45 to Mike. All you get is a headache. All you get is a headache. 45's the Mike. Wild Bill. 45. Mike, 45. Hey, lady. Twist. Hey, box truck.
Darnold on first down. Complete to Dorsett. He's got a first down and more inside the 30. And he gets this one down to the 24. Chewing up big yardage. Another nice gain there. This one goes for 20.
What we got? What we got? What we got?
Fournette fighting through. 20 yards on both of those plays back-to-back there. They are moving now. It's another first down.
All I remember from my experience as a defender, when the big fella gets the football, you've got to get on him early before he gets a chance to get up ahead of steam, because once he does that, he's going to leave a lot of tacklers in his wake.
Two big plays in succession. Not sure this D knows what hit him, but now they got to get ready. It's first and goal.
Check, 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 check. Check, check, check. Hey, you got to get moving, man. Man, moving. You got to get that.
And they'll let the fullback try and take him home. And he's maybe going to get this back to the 4, but that's about all. No gain on the play that time, and it sets up second and goal. Line of scrimmage, again the 4-yard line. Second and goal. And they'll turn to a power game to try to get in. He gets this down to the 3, but no further. Brought the great move out of the bag, but couldn't do a ton with it. The second down play, not much better than the first, just a gain of 1 there. Can this Vikings D hold up one more time? Third and goal. Meanwhile, on third down, they take a shot at the end zone, but it's incomplete.
Not only was the call spot on, how about the execution of that defense right there? The zone was absolutely locked up tight. He was trying to force it in there on third down.
But if there's a time to force it, he felt like he needed to make a play, right?
Yeah, exactly right. Third down, you got to try and find something. There's nothing available there for him.
All right, so they needed 2 scores to get back in the game. The field goal there, maybe not exactly what they wanted, but the necessary first step.
There's still time remaining, and there's enough time to get it done. They've got to get at the least a 3-and-out here to get the ball back, preferably a takeaway.
Take over first and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway. They're holding on right now to that slim advantage in a 1-score game, and you hear a lot about 2-minute offense and 4-minute offense. Obviously, the 4-minute offense applies here. How do they run that effectively?
Yeah, really what the 4-minute offense is just trying to grind the clock. So you want consistent gains, steady gains. Doesn't have to be big plays, but it has to be plays that gets first downs and keeps the ball away from your opponent.
But certainly throwing the ball is in the mix here.
It certainly is. Just make sure that you're careful with it. And again, get those first downs, keep possession of the football.
Johnson spinning away. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3. Well, at this stage, that's exactly what you want offensively. Good run on first down, stay in bounds, keep that clock rolling.
And look at that play chart that the play caller has in his hands right now. That's what you got to focus in on, because that's divided up by sections. And right now, he's looking at that 4-minute offense section. What running plays do we have to bleed down the clock and take care of the football? Right now, they're executing really well.
So they'll come up after the gain of 7 on a 2nd and 3. Running from the gun, Johnson. And he's going to have to protect the football and take his lumps here at this stage of the game as they stop him behind the line. This will be a 2-yard loss on the play. And that's going to bring up a 3rd down. Coming up to the line, and they will need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Here's Johnson. He's been busy this afternoon. Only a yard on the pickup there, and it's going to leave him with a 4th down. I love the look you just gave me because I know what you're thinking. If you're going to run towards the perimeter, you better either stay in bounds or get the first down or both. He did neither.
Imagine the looks he's getting right now from his team, from his coaches. They go over those scenarios all the time, and as you said, he did neither.
He's averaging just under 50 yards a punt as he gets this away. It'll be a 44-yard punt. The return goes for 8. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. And last time they got 3 points, but it was a chip shot field goal. And when you go to the sideline after a chip shot field goal, maybe the offense not too happy.
It's a balancing act, isn't it? Because you're exactly right. They're none too pleased that they didn't punch it in for 6 points. But they also have to remember they did put points on the board.
3 points is 3 points.
And in this league, you take points when you can get them. Not easily done.
7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 3. Trying to find a lane, but instead he'll get back to the line of scrimmage, and no more. No gain on the play that time, and they'll look to convert on what will be a 3rd and 4. 3rd and 4, and this crowd urging on their defense. They're up and making noise. He completes it to Boyd. 2 yards is all they'll get on the completion. It's 4th down. He got out of bounds. That's a good thing, but still short of the first.
And now, since this brings up 4th down, the defensive play caller, grab your nerves, because now you don't want to be so amped up that you give them a 1st down by getting out of your lanes, but you also don't want to just lay back and let them have it easily.
That's out to his running back, Fournette. And he's got a 1st down as he's up to the 48. They keep the game alive, at least for the moment, as it's a 1st down. And they're going to stop him right at the line of scrimmage. Just no cutback lane to be found whatsoever. 2nd and 10. He'll look to throw. And that's incomplete. He has had a great game defensively. He's been east-west, north-south, everywhere.
Yeah, and I love how you described that, because to be a great defender, you have to be able to move up and back, sideline to sideline, and he's been fantastic. Reminds me of a young Charles Davis when he was playing Madden.
Absolutely. Oh, wow. I thought you go on the field, but okay, I see you. Now Darnold spins away. And a quick throw here, that's complete. And he's going to come up a few yards short. Brought down at the 45. The Panthers going to use the 2nd of their timeouts, as the clock will stop with 45 seconds left to go in the game. 1 score down. Here we go. They're going to go for it here on 4th down. And he's going to have the 1st down at about the 38. Now the Panthers going to signal for their 3rd and final timeout as they stop it here with just under 40 seconds to go in the game.
Go, go, go. Hey, check Mike 45. Check Mike 45. Yo, 80.
Darnold now to throw. Throwing left side here, and it's complete. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. 11 yards and a Panther 1st down. Darnold now 11 of 16 through the air. It's 1st and 10.
Hey, high 7.
Back to throw. And, oh, a crusher there as it's intercepted. Eddie Jackson picks it. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. Just a little bit of a rough stretch. 6 interceptions now in these last 2 weeks combined.
I know the easy thing is to go back to mechanics, footwork, things of that nature. I'm also wondering, is he getting fooled by what he's seeing on defense? Has the scouting report changed? Are they showing him things different than what he expected? For the second week in a row, he's throwing it to the guys in the wrong color shirts.
Yeah, he better figure, whatever the reason is, he better figure it out.
It's a pick up of 6. Brings up second and 4 at the 14-yard line.
They go to Johnson again. And he's got some space here. Through an opening, and there he goes. And he's across for the late touchdown. And in the final seconds, that one should just about put a capper on this game. You talk about the dominating rushing performances that you and I have seen together. This has got to be right up there. His 4th touchdown run of the game and another long one to boot.
And I don't need to ask for a witness because you're right here with me. We are watching this, and we're watching such a performance that is demoralizing for anyone on defense. You know, it starts out coaches screaming, tackle him, get it. And after that last touchdown, I bet it's pure silence on that side of the ball.
Let's go!
The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. So this is just an exercise in futility. Do you even bother running a play here offensively?
I wouldn't, because now is not going to erase what's happened during the game. So after it's over, you're going to go to the film, find out where the game was really lost. But this is not a situation now where you're going to make up for anything.
We'll see what they do here. Charles, we saw a lot of points go up in this one. Certainly defensively, stuff that they can look at on film, don't you think?
No doubt about it. And they've got to go back and check where the errors are, how they're going to fix them, and continue to get better at what they do. But they also need a little adjustment with their confidence. To give up that many points, even if you win a game, that can hurt you.
So for the Vikings, it's a win that might keep them alive in the playoff race as they're back to 500 at 5-5. And they will hit the road next week to take on the Los Angeles Rams. Meanwhile, for the Panthers, add another loss to the pile as they drop to 2-8 now on the year. And they'll try to get back to their winning ways next week as they head to Santa Clara to take on the 49ers. And for Charles Davis and our entire crew here at EA Sports, I'm Brandon Gaudin saying so long, everybody.